What is going on, guys? This is the RPJ YouTube channel, and this is episode number 2 of Smackdown. Not sure what episode of these is in the entire series, but I'm here with Elite TV, and I'm going to be doing something a little different with this video. I'm going to start editing this series, and I hope you guys enjoy. It is currently 3:21 a.m. for me, and it is 2:21 a.m. for Elite. We are grinding out this series, making sure we get these episodes out for you on time. Elite is going to be MIA for about a week, so RBM and Jose are going to take over for him until he comes back.
Yep, for like a week.
So
and I'll be back.
He'll be back. So without further ado, let's just get straight into this second episode of Smackdown.
Okay, I didn't know if you wanted to do the let's do this or not. Okay, anyway.
Let's do this.
Alright, with the first segment, Jim Ross welcomes all the fans to the second episode of Smackdown and announces some of the matches that we're going to have tonight, such as Kurt Angle versus Lance Storm in the world title tournament. We'll also have Jerry Lynn and Scotty 2 Hottie starting off the show, and then we'll also have another world title tournament match between Randy Orton and China. 43 is not too bad.
Sounds good to me.
I wish it was a little better, but 43 is not too bad. It's a little segment. It'll be okay.
It's a little segment. Let's go into the next segment. There you go. Oh wow, this is worse than I thought it was gonna do.
Yeah, that's surprising. Alright.
It was Big Show and Jeff Hardy.
Stone Cold music hits. And he comes out to start the show. He comes out and still is trying to defend himself, saying that he didn't attack Booker T. But at the end of the day, he doesn't care because it won't affect him. He says he is still going to win the tournament and become the first world champion in the new era of WWE and SmackDown. But then, it's the Big Show. Then the Big Show's music hits, and he makes his way out to the ring and says that that's not going to happen as long as he is still in the tournament. The Big Show and Austin gets face to face. Well, more like face to tummy, but until Jeff Hardy music hits and he comes into the ring. Hardy says that he has a good chance to win this tournament as well while he's holding his IC title. Austin and Big Show look at each other and they just start laughing. The Big Show says he's not even going to get past him if he can even beat Kane. Soon after, the three men argue and they begin to brawl. Refs and security come out and separate the men. Heyman comes out and says, if y'all continue fighting, y'all will be eliminated from the world title tournament. They instantly separate themselves, and Paul Heyman says, the only way that we fight on this show is if it's in a sanctioned match. So, in the main event, he will schedule these men to fight in a triple threat match.
Triple threat match made for tonight. Looks like it's going to be an interesting one here tonight in the main event.
I wish it got at least a 70. I thought it was a pretty good match, but
I thought it was going to do better.
I guess Big Show and Jeff can't really hang when it comes to talking.
I guess not.
Alright. Alright, that's not a bad match for these two. Alright, anyway. In a bout that had decent reaction from the crowd, but terrible wrestling, I disagree. Jeremy Lin defeats Scotty 2 Hottie in 6 minutes and 16 seconds by submission. It got a 54. That's not too bad.
51.
Sorry, my screen's broken, so I can't really see it. But a 51. That's not too bad. Jeremy Lin 51.
Jerry Lynn.
Jerry Lynn Did I say Jeremy Lin?
Yeah.
That's a basketball player. Anyway, uh, Jerry Lin got 51. Scotty Tuhati got a 40. Yeah. Not too bad. Not too bad at all.
Not too
Especially
shabby.
for lower card wrestlers. And Jerry Lynn gets a win after losing in the world title tournament last week against Dean Malenko.
Good stuff.
Yep. So Jeremy Lin. Oh my God, I did it again. Jerry Lynn gets up and helps Scotty Tuhati up as well, and he offers a handshake, and they both shake each other's hands.
Good stuff. That's showmanship.
Yeah, that's what we like on SmackDown.
I guess you guys got it.
Yeah. All right. Let me switch back over here. All right. A video appears on screen from backstage in Heyman's office. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier. Paul Heyman is not on commentary earlier. Jim Ross was supposed to say in the first segment that Paul Heyman couldn't do commentary this week. He had a lot of general manager duties, and was going to be busy. So let's go back to the segment. A video appears on the screen from backstage in Heyman's office. Heyman is sitting there, ready to give an announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. And if this is your first time watching the best show that wrestling has to offer right now, SmackDown, then let me introduce myself. I am the general manager of said SmackDown. And I'd like to announce 2 matches we have ready for tonight. These 2 matches will be a tag team title eliminator match. The winner of these matches will fight for the tag titles at Judgment Day. The first of these matches will be Dudley Boys versus Test and Rhino, and that match will happen next. Then the next match later on tonight will be Undertaker and Kane versus Sean O'Hare and Chuck Palumbo.
Good stuff there. We got a tag team tournament kind of thing going on here.
More just like 2 match. Yeah, I guess you could call it a tournament. It's just 2 matches deciding who are gonna fight for this tag team titles at Judgment Day pay-per-view.
Word.
Right, next segment.
Let's get it.
All right, that did a little bit worse than I thought, but
Oh, Devon Dudley with an injury.
hopefully that doesn't take him out for too long. That
I thought this
sucks.
was gonna do better.
I mean, I'll figure something out if he can't be healed. At about that has decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Bubba Ray Dudley and Devon Dudley defeat Rhino and Test in 11 minutes and 58 seconds when Bubba Ray Dudley pinned Test. I got a 41. I really wonder why he got a 41, because everybody performed way over that. And I see a lot of so I'm not sure why that got such a low rating. Maybe it was the injury. I'm not sure. That's unfortunate though. That's very weird. I don't quite understand what happened there.
Looking on the dirt sheet.
Odd
face heel combination.
Oh yeah, and then penalized being disturbed by injury. Yeah. Oh yeah, but because they're faces, and also because of the injury, between from Devon. But that's okay. It is what it is. That's unfortunate though. I was hoping for better. Kurt Angle's music fills the arena. While he makes his way to the ring with a mic, on his way in the ring, he has a mic. He gets into the ring with a upset look on his face. He yells profusely, "Austin, I know you did it, and I have proof that you did it. And he points at the screen when he says that. A video appears on the Titantron. It's security footage of backstage where Booker T is standing, warming up. Within a minute, 2 men in hoodies gruesomely attack Booker T and quickly leave. The video ends and the camera goes back to Angle. Angle says, "See, I knew all along that it was you, Austin, and it looks like you got your partner last week into it as well." Austin comes out and once again tries to defend himself. He says, "Damn it, Angle, that's not me. I have repeatedly said I have nothing to do with it, but I'm not going to continue and try to defend myself." And Angle replies, "I do not believe you. And, well, I'll deal with Storm, and very, very soon, I'll deal with you too, Austin." Austin shakes his head, but ends up staying for the Lance and Angle match. He sits at the commentary desk, and Lance Storm makes his entrance for his match with Kurt Angle. All right.
This could have been better also. It was poorly placed.
It was not poorly placed. It was because the last match cooled off the crowd because the injury. It was probably going to get at least a 70 if it wasn't for the injury. That sucks. Well, anyway, an bout that had good heat and decent wrestling, Kurt Angle defeated Lance Storm in 20 minutes, 3 seconds by pinfall. This match was part of the WWF Championship tournament. Some unfortunate series of events for SmackDown for this episode.
It's okay. We're building up here. It's only the second episode.
Yeah. Well, it's not necessarily bad ratings. It was the injury. The injury ruined the last couple segments.
Yeah.
Because it cooled off the crowd, and now the crowd's kind of having to be warmed up again. But, that's okay. It is what it is. Alright, we can go to the next segment. 65's not that bad. I forgot to mention that. Alright, let me read this off. After the match, Angle quickly gets up and eyeballs Austin. And telling him to come fight him. Austin says he's not going to do that. He says, Austin says that he just got finished with the match, and as in Kurt Angle, and says that he, as in Steve Austin, has a match later, and Austin just leaves.
Word.
All right. They still kind of have some beef, and Kurt Angle moves on into the tournament. Steve Austin still has yet to have his tournament match yet. It'll come soon. And he just leaves. He doesn't want to weaken to Kurt Angle, and he doesn't want to have something happen to him before his main event match.
That's good.
Next segment. All right. 59's not bad. Okay. So there's footage live from the hospital appears on the screen. Paul Heyman came to see Booker T, but the footage is from outside the room, and you can see them speaking, but you can't quite make out what they're saying. All right. So Paul Heyman came to just check out Booker T, see how he's doing, all that stuff. What a good GM. Probably better than GM. All right. Gosh. This has been rough. All right, and about that had good heat and decent wrestling. Chuck Palumbo and Sean O'Haire defeated Brothers of Destruction in 15 minutes and 6 seconds when Sean O'Haire pinned Kane with a roll-up. In terms of wrestling, The Undertaker was head and shoulders above everyone, which is expected, although I don't think he was head and shoulders above Kane all that much, but whatever it says. That's unfortunate. I really feel like this match could have probably got up to a 60. I don't. Rough episode of SmackDown.
It's only the second episode.
All right, next segment. I forgot to mention prior. That means now we have Dudley Boys versus Chuck Palumbo and Sean O'Hare. And with this segment, after the match, once Palumbo and Sean O'Hare leaves, Kane and Taker are taking their leave, and all of a sudden you hear dong, and Taker just looks around confused and concerned. But they both just end up leaving anyway. Oh, that was weird. I don't know why a dong was filling up the arena, but yeah. 65 is not bad. All right. And then we have a just a vignette for Rikishi. It's just him training in the ring, being a monster, being rough, strong, and then at the end it just says next week ... Ooh, mysterious. 54, not bad. That's pretty much. I mean, that's pretty good for him being off screen and not much happening at 54. That's one of the better ratings this episode. No, I'm just kidding. All right, next segment. All right, and then we go to Jim Ross recaps the world title tournament matches so far. So we've had Dean Malenko versus Jerry Lynn. Dean Malenko won, but it was a very good match. It was rated, I believe, a 69. It was a very technical match. And then we had, let me try to remember. Ooh, why can I not remember the last match? I'll come back to that. We had Orton and Chyna coming up as well. And then we also had Kurt Angle and we had Kurt Angle and Lance Storm wrestle earlier. Let me see if I can find the match. Oh, it was Big Show and Rhino that also wrestled last week in the tournament. And so yeah, that's the recap. And like I said, Chyna and Orton is the next match in this tournament, and it will be on next. Yay. And about that had a little heat and embarrassing wrestling. Randy Orton defeated Chyna in 10 minutes and 6 seconds by pinfall. This is part of the WWF Championship Tournament. I expected as much, but we need, young Orton needed to get some wins under his belt. Does get me a little concerned for the main event. Not going to lie to y'all, but that's okay. 41 could have been better, but that's okay. That's cool. But yeah, we can go to this next segment. So we just have Orton's celebrating. I forgot to mention another thing. At the end of the match, or let me just explain the match. Chyna is pretty dominant most of the match, being pretty strong. Right at the end, when it looked like Chyna might end it, there was Randy on the ground. Randy just springs up and hits him with an RKO. And just 1, 2, 3. People in the crowd didn't like how Orton just beat up a woman, blah, blah, blah. And they just start booing him. Full on loud boos. And yeah, I will say he's now a heel. and it was a success. Let's go. People hate Randy Orton, which shouldn't be that hard, but that's okay. He should have already been the heel anyway, but, this game's silly. Anyway. All right, next segment. Yep. All right. Jim Ross, what the heck? Jim Ross announces that next week for the world title tournament matches are Christian versus Christopher Daniels and Jeff Hardy versus Kane. And yeah, those are world title tournament matches for next week. I'm excited. 54.
Is the main event next?
Yep, the main event is next.
Let's see how it does.
I'm a little nervous.
What are you hoping for?
At this point, at least a 70.
Let's see. Oh no.
That is rough. What is happening?
Steve Austin only got a 78.
What the heck? Why he only got a 78? That's crazy. I don't know what's happening this episode. Somebody buzzkilled the backstage. An bout that had great heat and decent wrestling, Jeff Hardy defeated Steve Austin and Big Show at 22 minutes and 14 seconds when Jeff Hardy pinned the Big Show. Steve Austin carried the match in terms of in-ring performance, and let me explain what happened. So, the Big Show, all of them wrestling, boom. Austin hits him with a stunner. Austin hits Big Show with a stunner, and he leaps up, and then all of a sudden, Big Show turns around to fall, and Jeff Hardy just hits a twist of fate while he comes down, hits him. Steve Austin tries to knock Jeff Hardy out of the ring. Jeff Hardy gets around him and throws Steve Austin out of the ring. Steve Austin tries to get back in. Jeff Hardy jumps off the corner and kicks him off of the ramp. Steve Austin falls on his back onto the apron and just falls to the ground. Jeff Hardy quickly pins Big Show 1, 2, 3. Jeff Hardy gets the win.
Yay!
That's a big win. Last week he got he won the IC title in a battle royal. He comes in, beats Big Show, one of the biggest and most dominant wrestlers that we have on, not even just on SmackDown, but WWF roster in general. And then Steve Austin, one of the top number one pick for SmackDown, and Jeff Hardy knocks him off. And yeah, that's almost a career-defining win.
Indeed, it is.
I wish he wasn't really off his game this match. Who knows?
Not a good time to be off his game. Not a good time to be off his game.
Yeah, he could have been, probably near like a 65. That would have put him probably the second best performance there. Might have brung up the performance near 70. But it's okay. It is what it is, One episode. We'll come back and have a better episode next week. All right. Next segment. All right. For this segment, Jeff Hardy is celebrating his victory when it changes camera angles, and Steve Austin is just walking up the ramp, looking down, just shaking his head, looking defeated. And while with Jeff Hardy just celebrating in the background, and it's just Angle just looking down. It's such like a, like, how do you explain it? A moment, Steve Austin hanging his head down, Jeff Hardy on the corner celebrating. It's just like something you might see in 20 years and just like, wow. That's just like a big moment. Anyway, um, but yeah, Austin is just looking defeated, and he just walks backstage, and then it cuts back to Hardy just celebrating in the corner, being happy, and holding up his IC title until the show goes dark.
In my opinion, this is a pretty fire episode of SmackDown. It's just gonna take some time to build everybody up. It's only the second episode.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It had it up as ups and downs. Well, it'll definitely have a. I definitely think matches and segments and everything will be better in the coming weeks.
Austin's performance was kind of low though. A 70 something. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
I was
that's
expecting
alright.
at least a 90 from him.
I think it might just be maybe he just wasn't into the match. Maybe he just doesn't really click with them. Maybe like I already announced, he'll be taking on Undertaker in his tournament match. Hopefully, when they go together, they can both perform, and have a really great match with each other.
Yeah. So, what do you think the show's gonna get?
Uh, um,
I'm gonna guess
hoping
a 63.
I'm gonna give it like a 60.
Alright. Let's see this.
This is better than Heat.
Ooh.
56. Man, that's rough.
That's a rough second episode.
Yep, but it's okay. Like I said, we'll come back with better next week and so on.
We're just getting started, you guys. We're just getting started, so no worries here. This is expected. This is expected. Well,
Alright,
I hope
yep.
you guys enjoyed this episode. If you enjoyed, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. And this is the RPJ YouTube channel with Elite TV. And we are signing off. Peace.